Good. me some Q-tips. I'll do it.
Different view going this way. Hey girl, how are ya? Guest appearance is awesome. You never seen this before. You bought a lifetime pass. I didn't even know I signed up for it. This is people like this. You guys know anybody? Call Carol. How you been? Good. Can't complain. He's good, man. I haven't seen Chris in a while. Yeah. You'll have Pete long after we, Matthew will be out of the house. We'll have Pete. Oh, no, exactly. I know. It is weird, huh? You're welcome anytime you want.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Livermore, California, Rochester Park. On behalf of your host, Township District 57, we are proud to present the 2017 Little League Intermediate World Series. Today's game features the visitors from Freehold Township, Little League, and Freehold, New Jersey. And the home team, Western Little League from San Angelo, Texas. So please help me welcome our volunteer umpire crew to today's game. Behind the plate, Donald Escudero. At first base, Nicky Trevino. At second base, Doug Pfaffenberger. At third base, Tim McClellan. In left field, Tony Calpagno. And in right field, Jonathan Hagan.
Oh, you got the lefty crunch.
And now for the players. Freehold Township Little League. Number 16, John Abramson. Number 6, Patrick Burns. Number 5, J.J. Donahue. Number 8, Zach Gorman. Number 11, Michael Mancusi. Number 12, Connor Murray. Number 18, Jonathan Bullock. Number 10, Connor Quinn. Number 1, Mario Rivera. Number 14, Brad Saloni. Number 13, J.C. Capiro. Number 2, Anthony Cerrito. The manager, Jeff Gorman. Coach, Vinny Cerrito. Coach, Mike Mancusi. And now, Western Little League in San Angelo, Texas, number 10, Hunter Arms. Number 6, Hayden Fox. Number 9, Ty Casey. Number 2, Jacob Charles. Number 7, Dominic Garcia. Number 12, Ethan Green. Number 15, Jacob Hamlinster. Number 8, Karen Llewellyn. Number 11, Robert Moreno. Number 14, Scarlett Price. Number 1, Richie Ramos. And number 3, Devin Salvador. The manager, Sean Box, Coach Nick Barron, and Coach Luke Green. If you all rise, remove your hats. Place in the field. We have the pleasure of having Rhea Ram for the national anthem. Rhea is a rising senior at Mission San Jose High School and is currently working on her college applications. She's been singing since she was 7 years old. She has done an internship at Stanford University and is working at Kuhn to teach kids math and reading. Her hobbies include listening to music and watching the San Francisco Giants games with her family. So please welcome Rhea Ram. Today, for our first coach, we have Brent Locke from Buffalo Wild Wings. Brent Locke is the head of operations of Buffalo Wild Wings in the Bay Area, coach for Vacaville Central Little League Farm and Miners, former Navy diver, U.S. Navy.
Welcome back to Livermore, California, everyone. We're getting ready for our first U.S. game of the day, which is going to match up the visiting team from New Jersey, the East Regional champs. Their opponent today are the Southwest Regional champs from Texas. Today I'm joined by good buddy Ed Hugo again. Ed, this is going to turn out to be probably a really high-spirited game. The importance of this game cannot be understated. The winner moves on. The loser is eliminated.
That's right, Rick. We're getting down. We're in the middle of the week. This is Fat Wednesday. We've got 4 games today. Every game is critically important. The previous game, the team from Venezuela stayed alive by downing Team Canada 6-3 on hitting a couple 3 bombs out of the park. This game is equally important, where the winner will move on and the loser will be eliminated from further competition. So it's a big game. The weather's terrific right now. I think we're sitting around mid-90s, a little bit warm, but all the players are used to this. So we're looking for a great game. We're looking for a game that'll maybe low scoring, but it all depends on how deep the pitching is on both sides.
Yeah, Southwest team from San Angelo, Texas is warming up right now. The starting pitcher for them is going to be Caden Box. I'll go around the defensive positions for them first. In left field, Richie Ramos. In center field is Ty Casey today. In right field, Caden Hameister. At third base is Ethan Green. Shortstop, Jacob Charles. Second base, Dominic Garcia. At first base, Connor Barnes. Behind the plate today is Stryler Price. And again, starting pitcher for Caden Box. Is Caden Box. And we're getting ready to go, and stepping up to the plate for New Jersey is Zach Gorman. It's a ground ball on the first pitch to Ethan Green. He fires over to first base, and that's out. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Boy, that's a coach's dream. First pitch of the game, being very aggressive. A lot of leadoff hitters will take a look at a couple of pitches just to get a rhythm, so not only themselves but their teammates can see what kind of pitches the pitcher has. But Gorman was very aggressive on that first pitch, saw one he liked, and just got on top of it a bit and grounded to third base.
Now next up for Freehold Township is going to be Patrick Burns, and he goes after the first pitch and smokes one up the middle for a base hit. So that's the first base runner for New Jersey in the form of Patrick Burns, who wasted no time and hit it right up the middle.
That's an indication of that the Eastern team from Jersey will be very aggressive today. They've seen 2 pitches around the plate. They've swung at both and hit both fairly hard.
That brings to the plate the number 3 hitter, number 13, Jace Shapiro, the center fielder. So Box is in the windup in the stretch right now. We want to welcome everyone that's tuning in from the state of New Jersey and also from the state of Texas. We've got a lot of people to say hello to on the New Jersey side today, so settle in and hope you guys all enjoy the festivities today. Burns goes on the first pitch, and he's gone.
Wow, nice throw by the catcher. Quick release, quick feet. We talked about this yesterday, Rick, the necessity of having quick feet in order to make plays like that play.
Yeah,
excellent job.
Stryler Price guns him out, so that's the second out of the inning. And now Jay Shapiro stands in with 2 outs and nobody on. Takes an off-speed pitch from Box that misses.
Again, another indication of the aggressiveness that the Eastern team is showing early on. They've swung at the first 2 pitches, and they had their first baseman to try to steal second right away.
There's a strike on the inside corner, and the count is even now at 1-1. That's a ball. The count is 2-2 now. Ball's lifted foul and out of play.
Nice pitch by Caden Box. He had Shapiro reaching for that. and barely a chance to foul it off.
Strike 3 called, and that's how the first inning ends for New Jersey. Called third strike. Southwest runs off the field. After a half inning, no score. Back in a minute in Livermore.
Set in the defense for New Jersey. In left field, number 18, Jonathan Kohler. In center field, number 13, Jason Shapiro. In right field, number 1, Mario Rivera. At third base, number 6, Patrick Burns. At shortstop, number 8, Zachary Gorman. At second base, number 2, Anthony Zirico. At first base, number 12, Connor Mori. Catching, number 14, Brad Salamoni. And pitching, number 16, John Abramson. Leading off the bottom first inning for Texas, number 6, Hayden Box.
Back at Livermore for the first opportunity we've had to see the Southwest team on offense, and leading off for Texas is number 6, Caden Box, who takes a pitch from John Abrahamson in for a strike, and the count's 0-1. Ball is fouled.
Looks like the first 2 pitches were off speed from Abrahamson. He's trying to duplicate what Kean Box did. Box had an 8-pitch first inning.
It's a close pitch, fastball that misses at 69 miles an hour. And the count goes to, excuse me, that pitch was a strike. Okay, it's 1-2. Now it's even at 2-2.
He went back to the off-speed pitch on the 2-2 count. Just left it a little bit high.
Ball's hit to left field, directly at the left fielder though. Puts it away for the first out. Hit it well, but right to the left fielder.
The key on that pitch is it was just a bit inside, so Box could not get the barrel of the bat on it. He hit it well, but he hit it down more towards his hands and out towards the sweet spot, resulting in that nice fly ball in left field.
And that brings to the plate third baseman number 12, Ethan Green, for his first plate appearance today. Green has played a extremely solid third base this whole tournament for Texas. Very impressed with his play. He's one of the top third basemen that we've seen in this tournament.
Abrahamson has shown, at least the coaches have shown some confidence in his off-speed pitch. He threw it on a 1-0 count for a strike. He came back with a fastball there and missed it quite wide.
That ball's dribbled foul to the left side. The count goes to 2-2.
If I was Ethan Green right now, I'd probably be looking for a curveball, something off speed.
Ball's hammered into the hole and into left field for a base hit. You called it, Ed.
He got his curveball he was looking for, and he hit it really, really well past the shortstop.
That's going to bring to the plate the shortstop for Texas, Jacob Charles. Charles homered in last night's ball game against Indiana. No, not Indiana. Against Florida. So Green leads off from first base with 1 out. Fastball at 72 miles an hour misses. The count is 2-0.
A fairly modest lead by Ethan Green over at first base.
A check swing. He didn't mean to swing. It got by the pitcher. That's going to result in a hit, though. So a fortunate break for Jacob Charles and the Texas squad. That ball was a check swing roller past Abrahamson on the mound and squirted by him, and that's going to be another hit.
Abrahamson did not have a play at second base on that. Don't know if he took his eye off the ball just for a moment, but as soon as that ball dribbled by him, everyone was safe. And the people, the players from Southwest San Angelo have something going here in the first inning.
That's going to bring to the plate the catcher, Stryler Price.
The East team is playing the defense in a smart fashion. They've got the first baseman playing back rather than holding the runner on. Because the runner basically has nowhere to go from on first base with the runner ahead of him on second base. But the shortstop's playing quite deep. Second baseman's in good position for a double play, but the shortstop's playing deep. Now he's creeping in a little bit.
It's a big swing and a miss from Price. The count is 2-1. Off-speed pitch, swung on and missed again.
With the nice warm air out, the ball is traveling quite well today, and we have a slight breeze going from right to left field, so balls hit into left center will travel quite a bit.
Dribbled foul. The 2-2 misses, so now the count is full. Abrahamson's having to work through this inning. He's after 20 pitches already. He's got a full count on Price, and he wants to get him now. He does not want to fill the bases. Ball's grounded to third, stepped on third, throws all the way across to first. Double play. What a great play by the third baseman for New Jersey, and that's how the inning ends after 1, no score. So we reached the top of the second inning out here in Livermore, California. And leading off for Freehold Township Little League is Jonathan Olick. This is Jonathan's first plate appearance today. He wanted to give a couple of warm wishes out to Mary and Joseph Scarpa, Grandma and Grandpa. Sending you love from California. Thank you for being my #1 fan. Love you. And to Joanne and Jason Gerb, Aunt and Uncle. Thanks for all your support. Love you a lot. Hi, Caden and Hudson. Ball misses. And the count is 1-1.
I like where Olick is in the batter's box. He's crowding the plate. A lot of players will shy off from the plate, but he is right on the plate. And that presents a dilemma for a pitcher. A pitcher will see at this level, will see a batter crowding the plate and feel like he can't throw inside. The resulting in a lot of pitches being left over the plate that are hit hard. If I'm not mistaken, Rick, isn't this the young man who hit 2 home runs last night?
No, that was Abrahamson.
Oh, he's on deck. Thank you. They hit 3 or 4 last night, then a real breakout display of power that they're hoping they can bring into today also.
Yeah, and Texas as well really exploded yesterday. They scored a lot of runs against the Florida team. That was very much a back and forth type of a game. There were a couple of home runs hit by the San Angelo. That's smoke down the left field line. Fair ball. That's going to get into the corner, and that's extra bases. Olick is trucking into second base, and he's going to have a stand-up double. So that's how the second inning starts for Freehold Township Little League, and that's going to bring to the plate John Abrahamson. That ball was crushed.
It was smoked. I don't know if we've had a ball hit harder. He just didn't get under it. He hit a nice line drive down the left field line. The left fielder didn't have a chance. He was playing deep, but it still was able to get by him.
So that's going to bring to the plate the pitcher, John Abrahamson. John wanted to say hello to his mom, Teresa. Mom, you're a grand slam. Love you. And also Brett Abrahamson, his brother. You rock, bro. Stay chill. And one final greeting from John to George Rodriguez, his grandfather. You're the best grandpa.
Wait a minute, Rick. I thought I was the best grandpa.
In my mind, you are.
There we go. On the inability to throw the 4 balls, they're trying to walk. They are walking Abrahamson on purpose. The pitcher threw a wild pitch, and Olick was able to go to third base. Now the East has a runner at third base and nobody out.
Now it looks like they're not going to intentionally walk him now.
Interesting change in strategy in the middle of the count.
Still may end up that they do walk him. The count is 3-0. Whether they want to or not at this point. That's a swing and a miss.
He had the green light. He saw the ball, but it was an off-speed pitch. That was an excellent pitch. It's nice to see the aggressiveness of the East team, allowing their big hitters to swing on 3-0.
That's ball 4, and so Abrahamson does indeed walk. We have runners now at first and third for New Jersey with nobody out. And that's going to bring to the plate Brad Salamoni.
Here we have the first and third situation of the game. We'll see how the Southwest defense plays it.
So Salamoni's up with an opportunity to drive in a run for New Jersey. Abrahamson at first base. We'll see how long he stays there.
Brad wanted to pass along his best to Grammy and Poppy Chopper Marks, his grandparents. Thank you for all your support and coming to my games all these years. I love you and miss you. And Poppy Golden Salamani, a grandparent. Thanks, Pop, for your support, and take good care of my dog, Strollo. I love you. And we here in Livermore tend to sometimes forget how far away from home these young players are, and that they are in an unfamiliar area, and we're very glad to be able to pass on the hellos to your loved ones back home.
Ball's fouled off and the count's 1-2. Mentioned this on the air the other day when Brad was batting, how much we all enjoyed his sister Brooke performing the national anthem at our opening ceremonies and parade downtown. That was quite a moment for all of us. That ball gets away from Caden Box. And the count is 1-2. Abrahamson looks like he might be getting ready to go. And Box steps off. Throw over to third base, a little bit closer than one might think.
It's interesting, Rick. Usually on the first and third situation, if the runner in first is going to steal second or try to steal second, they go in the first pitch. They don't wait. Right now, they've got a 1-2 situation. The batter's going to be forced to swing at a close pitch if they do try to go. There he goes.
Ball's lifted to center field. Routine play. Looks like we're going to have a tag at the runner coming home. And he scores. Abrahamson stays at first, and New Jersey scores the first run of the ball game on a sac fly by Brad Salamoni.
Very nice job of hitting by Brad Salamoni. Don't wait to get to 1 out or 2 outs to get that runner home. Get him home immediately, and he did a nice job.
That's going to bring to the plate the first baseman, number 12, Connor Morey.
First baseman number 12, Connor Morey.
So Connors steps in for his first plate appearance of the day. Abrahamson still at first base. There's now 1 out. Ball's lifted out of play to the right side, and the count's 0-1.
It's nice to see the Southwest defense, the shortstop and second baseman, actually talking with each other right now, have shortened their distance to second base to try to pull off a double play on a ground ball.
There's a strike on the inside corner. So Caden Box, when he's not pitching, from what I gather anyways, is their starting second baseman, and along with Jacob Charles at shortstop. That ball's lifted into right. That's drifting away from the center fielder. That's going to get down. It's going to get to the wall. Abrahamson's trucking to third base. And he's going to try to score. Here comes a throw. He's out. Throw to third. He's safe. So aggressive base running by the East. Abrahamson's thrown out at the plate trying to score. Go ahead.
That was a textbook relay play from the center fielder to the shortstop to the catcher. That was very well done.
Very well done. And Morey ends up at third base. What I was trying to get at was Texas is very strong defensively up the middle. Center fielder's terrific, so it's not surprising when they can pull off a defensive play like that. And so now there's 2 outs with a runner at third for the East, and that's driven down the right field line foul.
That landed about 4 or 5 feet foul. Nice first pitch swing.
That was a nice hit by Morey. That ball just kept drifting away from the right center fielder, and he had just no chance at all and bounced. Took 1 hop and hit the wall. It's a swing and a miss.
And we call that zone 4 hitting, where the right-handed batters will hit the ball towards right center field. That's our zone 4 when we teach the players how to hit. We'd like them to hit it that way. Take the ball. Don't try to hit the ball to left field all the time. Spray it around everywhere.
Yeah, because that's just in many ways indefensible. There's nothing you can do about outfield alignment that's going to prevent a ball like that from dropping. It's grounded into the hole, cut off by Green. Throws to first, and that's it. So, Freehold Township picks up a run, and they lead the team from Texas 1-0 going into the bottom of the second inning. Back in a moment.
The score after 1.5 innings of play, New Jersey 1, Texas 0. Leading off the bottom of the second inning for Texas. Their center fielder, number 9, Ty Casey.
Welcome back to Livermore, folks. Starting to heat up out here, not only on the field but in the booth. 97 degrees and climbing. Leading off for Texas in the second inning is number 9, the center fielder, Ty Casey. Ball inside.
This is the young man who's playing center field and made that terrific play on the ball hit to right center. Didn't hurry anything, made a nice strong throw to his cutoff man, which resulted in the player being thrown out at home plate.
Ball's fouled off to the right. Yeah, another excellent defender from the Texas squad. They rarely make a mistake out there, so good solid team. Ball's hit right up the middle, base hit. Solid single for Ty Casey, and so Texas starts the second inning with a leadoff single.
Regardless of what level of baseball you're at, if the ball is left up over the plate, the other team's probably going to hit it and hit it hard, and that's just what happened on that pitch. Ball was up, belt high, and Casey put it right back up the middle.
So that brings to the plate for the first time today the second baseman for Texas, number 7, Dominic Garcia. Our tournament director, Dave Wetmore, wanted me to say hello to his cousin Pat, who's tuned in from New Jersey, I think.
I think, Rick, there are about 700 different computers with this game on right now.
That ball's fouled off. So Dave Wetmore to Pat, warm wishes.
And Garcia now needs to go into the protect mode with the 0-2 count.
Doesn't look like choking up is part of his arsenal, though, Ed. Still down at the end of the bat. Strike 3 called in the outside corner. Called strikeout. It's a big out for Abrahamson. And it's the first out of the inning, and it brings to the plate the left fielder, number 1, Richie Ramos.
All right, left fielder, number 1, Richie Ramos.
strike on the outside corner. Good pitch by Abrahamson.
He's found that outside corner now on the last 2 pitches. If he can live out there, he's going to be tough to hit.
Well, that ball is lined back to the first baseman. He steps on the bag, and that's a double play. What a tough break for Texas.
It is a game of inches, Rick. The runner at first is out just by a hair. Nice play.
We played 2 complete innings in Livermore, with the East leading the Southwest 1-0.
After 2 innings of play, there's 1, Texas 0.
We're back at Max Baer Park for the top of the 3rd inning, and leading off for the East Regional Champions is number 2, Anthony Sirico, the second baseman. Ball misses outside. Anthony wanted to say hello to his brother Mario. Thanks for coming to all my games and supporting me. Also to his Uncle Joe and Uncle Steve. Thanks for always calling, supporting, and cheering me on. That's from Anthony. Ground ball up the middle. Charles has it, bobbles it, can't recover, and that's going to be base hit, error. That's an error on the shortstop.
Yeah, that's an error. He should have made that play. It took a bit of a tricky hop at the end, but at this level of baseball, that's a very makeable and doable play.
So an E6 allows Anthony Sirico to reach, and that's going to bring to the plate Mario Rivera, the right fielder. I'm sorry. My apologies. Thought that was Anthony Sirico that was at bat. That was Mario Rivera that reached on the error. So he's at first base with nobody out, and that brings to the plate the top of the order, Zach Gorman.
Just a brief delay. The home plate umpire found a ball that was not playable. Sometimes these balls get scuffs, not only scuffs, but cuts in them, and they need to be removed from the ball game.
Ball misses.
Zach Gorman now has come up as a left-handed batter. He did this yesterday. He came up primarily as a right-handed batter. At one point, I believe he came up as a lefty and actually tried to bunt. And once he got a strike or two on him, he switched over to the right-hand side to hit. So we'll see what happens in this at-bat.
Ball misses, and the count is now 2-0. Zach Gorman wanted to say hello to Grandpa. Thanks for coming to all my games. I love you. And the McCasey family. Thank you for cheering me at all my games. Love you. That's from Zach Gorman. Ball swung and fouled off.
That's a nice, healthy swing. If any player, young player, can become a switch hitter, it's an incredible advantage. as you're always looking at the opposite arm coming towards you. It's much easier to see the ball.
So Box is concerned about Rivera over at first base. So he checks on him prior to coming to the plate with the 2-1 pitch. Looks like Rivera wants to try to go. He does not. Ball's lifted into straightaway center field. Should be an easy play for the center fielder. Makes the catch, and that's the first out of the inning.
It's interesting on that swing by Zach Gorman from the left-handed side. He made a nice swing, but it was a fairly normal swing, not a real hard swing. I think he's probably looks like he's a natural right-handed batter, and he probably gets a more aggressive swing from the right side. So I would probably think he'll come up from the right side the next time he comes to bat.
So Patrick Burns steps in. He laced the first pitch he saw right back up the middle for a base hit in the first inning. Was thrown out trying to steal. He swings at another first pitch and hits it off the end of the bat back to Box, who throws to first and records the out on the play. Rivera moves to second, where he stands now with 2 outs, and Jace Shapiro comes to the plate. So that was a pretty good break for Texas to be able to retire a very dangerous Patrick Burns on a dribbler back to the mound. Thank you very much, right, Ed? It's a ball in the dirt. Good job by Stryler Price to keep that in front of him and prevent an advancement by Rivera.
Now, Caden Box is not out of trouble yet. He's got a man at second base and 2 outs, but he's got the number 3 batter, Jace Shapiro, staring out at him.
Shapiro's homered in this tournament.
And the next 2 batters, Jonathan Olick and John Abrahamson, are on fire. So he wants to get this batter right now.
The ball's crushed down the left field line, just foul. Yeah, the more that I see this New Jersey team play, the more that I realize that they're pretty much loaded for Baer. They've got a lot of power. At least 1 through 6, they're fairly solid. Swung on and missed.
That just shows you what a good job the host team from District 57, Danville, did the other night when they basically shut them down, beating them 3-2. This is a potent offense. I think we're probably going to see more of that as the game goes on.
Yeah, the key for San Angelo is probably going to be can they match up offensively with this East Regional Champ team as well. It's going to be fun to watch.
And it's going to get down to the pitching too, because each team has played a couple games, used some pitchers. Some pitchers are eligible, some pitchers aren't.
Ball's reached for and lifted out to the right side out of play. Count is 2-2.
The winner of today's game stays alive, but they need to play right back again tomorrow. So they need to win and try to keep their use of pitchers to a minimum.
Reached for again and lifted out to shallow right field, where the second baseman goes in and makes the catch. And that's how the inning ends.
Nice play by second baseman Dominic Garcia.
The East fails to score in the top of the 3rd inning. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. East Regional Champs lead the Southwest Regional Champions 1-0. Back in Livermore, we've reached the bottom of the third inning where the East is leading the Southwest 1-0. And leading off for Texas is the number 8 hitter, number 10, first baseman Connor Barnes. This is Connor's first plate appearance of the day. Grounded to first, 1 pitch, 1 out. So the winner, what's at stake with this game today, just in case anybody is interested in knowing? The winner of this game plays the loser of today's 6 o'clock game. So that's going to be either District 57 or Hawaii. So the winner of this game will play the loser of Hawaii versus the host tomorrow. The loser of this game is eliminated from the tournament competition. So there's a lot at stake here. And that brings to the plate number 15, Caden Hameister.
As with most of the batters, the infield and outfield is playing straight away, probably because they don't really know the batters yet. They've only seen them play a game or two, so they don't know their tendencies at this point. All they know is some of the players been hit the ball quite a ways, and they'll move their outfielders back, but there's not a tendency to make them shift at all.
Now the count goes to 3-1 on Caden Hameister. Ball's lifted into shallow right. That's going to be a tough play. The second baseman's over and makes it look routine. Wonderful job.
Nice play by second baseman Anthony Sirico. He had that ball the way it absolutely is second baseman's ball. On a play like that, the first baseman, if he goes after, he's backpedaling, and that's not a good position to be in to try to catch a pop fly like that. So Sirico made a very nice play. He had it all the way.
He's going to bring to the plate the pitcher, top of the order, number 6, Caden Box. Box flew out to left field his first time up. So Texas has 2 outs and nobody on base here in the bottom of the third, trailing 1-0. Abrahamson deals an off-speed pitch, and Box swings through it.
Abrahamson's doing a nice job. This is only the 10th batter he's faced in the first 3 innings. And his pitch count right now is only at 38, which is just around 13 pitches an inning, which at this level of ball is very good.
So the count is 2-2 to the leadoff hitter, Caden Box. Hit up the middle. Gorman's got it, ranges, throws to first. Nice scoop. Got him. Great play. Good defense there all around from the East.
That was a very nice play by first baseman Connor Morey to dig that ball out of the dirt. Let's throw it out of the inning.
So 3 up and 3 down for the Texas squad. After 3 innings, they're trailing 1-0.
The score after 3 innings of play. New Jersey 1, Texas 0.
We're back in Livermore in the top of the 4th inning now. The East is up. And leading off is going to be the left fielder, number 18, Jonathan Olick. Olick doubled his first and scored his first time up. Ball smoked foul.
He's loving that left field line. I believe his first hit was that line shot down the left field line for a double. If I'm Caden Box, I'm looking to throw something even slower to try to get him to pull another one foul, get him to an 0-2 count.
The high fastball that misses. Counts 1-1. Ball's popped up, shallow left field, shortstop. Jacob Charles is under it. He makes the catch. And that's the first out of the 4th inning for New Jersey. It's going to bring to the plate the pitcher, John Abrahamson. Abrahamson walked in his only plate appearance and was thrown out at the plate trying to score on the double from first base by Olick.
Box continues to pound that inside corner, which is the best place to be at this point, and then he goes to the outside now and then, but he keeps coming inside on these batters, trying to keep them from extending their arms. Count's evened up now. 2-2. Good battle here between Abrahamson and Box.
Ball's lifted to the second baseman who makes the play. And that's the second out of the inning. That ball was hit off the end of the bat by Abrahamson. It just gently lofted itself out to the second baseman who made the catch.
Here's where you have the results of throwing inside, where Abrahamson may have been looking for another ball inside. It was outside. He had to reach out to hit it, and he just hit a nice little easy pop up to the second baseman. Nice job by Box.
So now we have our first look today at number 11, Michael Mancusi, who's going to be batting for Brad Solomoni.
Yeah, these are their two catchers for the East, Mancusi and Salomone. They're interchangeable. They tend to use one for one half of the game and one for the other half of the game. It's nice having two catchers you can count on in games like this and weather like this, where catching can wear you down quite a bit.
So the count now is 3-0 on Mancusi.
And Michael would like to say hi to his grandma and grandpa, the grandparents. Thank you for always coming and supporting me and being my biggest fans.
Ball's popped up to the second baseman again, where he makes the play, and that's a quick inning for Caden Box. And so for the East, they score no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. We are going into the bottom of the 4th inning. The East is still leading the Southwest team 1-0.
Livermore Area Recreation and Park District, 5-Star Network, Stanford Health Systems, City of Livermore, Oakland Hayes, Wilson Trophy, Southwark AG LLC, District 16 Council, Railroad Company, Powers Intelligent Transportation, the Independent, San Francisco Giants, and Supervisor Scott Aggregate. We thank you.
Back in California, folks. Reached the bottom of the fourth inning, and the leadoff man for Texas is the third baseman, number 12, Ethan Green. Green singled in the first inning. Grounds to third base. Gorman waits for it, down throws to first, throws wildly, and pulls the first baseman off the bag. And Ethan Green reaches. A throwing error by the shortstop.
You can see the effect there of that pitch. It was outside. Instead of going with the pitch and trying to drive it to right field, Ethan Green rolled it over to shortstop, which looked to be a routine play, but he beat out the throw to first base in the errant throw.
So Jacob Charles steps in. He singled his first time up today. And this is one of the more dangerous hitters for San Angelo. So Abrahamson's got his work cut out for him here. The ball's smoked up the middle. Gorman's got it, steps on the bag, and throws to first. A double play. What a great play by Zach Gorman. Talk about redemption.
Absolutely. He made up for his bad throw there and took it himself. He saw the second baseman wasn't close enough to make the flip, and he had the good angle as far as stepping on second with his momentum going towards first base, and threw a strike to first to wrap up that double play. Nice play.
Great job. Brings to the plate Stryler Price, the catcher. Grounded into a double play his last time up, and another great catch by the second baseman. Lines out to second base, and that's how the inning ends. So that was a quick one.
It doesn't get much quicker than that, Rick.
So we've played 4 complete innings in Livermore. The East is still leading the Southwest 1-0.
And the score after 4 full innings remains the same. New Jersey 1, Texas 0.
Back in Livermore, we've reached the top of the 5th inning. And batting now for the first time today and entering the game is Connor Quinn, number 10.
Connor would like to shout out a hello to his grandparents. Thanks for all your support and coming to all my games. I love you guys. And also to his dad. Thanks for everything you taught me about baseball and for being my coach. Love you, Dad. And also to his nanny, his grandma. Thanks for all your support. Love you.
Ball's hit into left field. And the ball drops. So that's a base hit for Connor Quinn. And the New Jersey team has their leadoff batter on. And that's going to bring up number 5 for the first time today. So J.J. Donahue is going to get an at-bat. With Connor Quinn at first base and nobody out.
And JJ'd like to say hi to his grandparents, Claire Donahue and Jack Donahue. Hi, I miss you guys and love you guys. And Christine Hicks, his mom. Hi, Mom. Miss you, love you. See you soon.
Ball's lifted foul and out of play. Check swing. Home plate umpire says he went. And now the count is 0-2 to J.J. Donahue. So we'll see if New Jersey can put any play on with Quinn at first base and nobody out.
Quinn's getting a really short lead.
So ball up the middle. It goes under Charles' glove into center field, and that's going to be an error on Charles.
And you can see that he's upset at himself. That was a tailor-made double play. It was going to be just like the double play that was made last inning by Zach Gorman. And Jacob Charles was trying to return the favor, and the ball just kicked off his glove.
So we're going to have a little break here for a second as the coach for Southwest is going to make a visit to the mound and try to settle his team down. They've slipped up a little bit on defense here in the 4th or 5th inning.
14-5, special run on the first.
We're going to get Mario Rivera up. Mario would like to say hi to Grandma and Papi, grandparents. Thank you for being my #1 fans. Wish you were here. And Papi, his grandfather. Hey, Papi, thanks for cheering me and my teammates on. AJ, big brother, thanks for all your support. And to all my family, thanks for supporting me and my team. This wouldn't be possible without you. That's from Mario Rivera, who's now at the plate with 2 runners on and no outs, and a big opportunity here for the East to build on their 1-0 lead. Mario reached on an error by the shortstop in the 3rd inning. And his job at this point is to, at the very least, move those runners over, Ed.
And you'd think at the bottom of the order you'd be looking for a bunt, but we'll see what the East wants to do. They have been so far fairly aggressive with their hitting today and their base running. Who knows, maybe they'll even pull off a 1st and 2nd hit and run. Haven't seen it yet, but we might see it today.
Well, Mario wasn't squaring to bunt on that first offering. And he's swinging away here. Swings and misses. And the count is 0-2. So now I'm sure the young man realizes the importance of the situation now, which would be to just ensure that he makes some contact. Here comes the 0-2 by Box. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So good pitching by Box. He retires Rivera on a strikeout. And that's going to bring the top of the order in Zach Gorman to the plate with 2 men on and 1 out for New Jersey.
Yeah, frustrating bat for Mario there. He took a swing at the second pitch. Was not a good pitch to swing at, and he showed his frustration and probably led to the strikeout that ensued after that. But it's frustrating at bat. He'll get another chance.
That's the thing about baseball. You seem like you've always got another shot at it.
There's always tomorrow.
And so now Zach Gorman's stepping to the plate, the leadoff batter for New Jersey. He's been in a little bit of a funk offensively. He's playing great defense as always. And that ball gets away from the catcher, and big break for the East. They get advancement by both runners, and now Gorman's in the driver's seat. See if the see if the Southwest decides to bring the infield in at all.
I was just about to point out that Connor Quinn at second base was not getting a big enough lead to score on a base hit, but that first pitch moved both runners up in the scoring position.
That's 2-0 now to Gorman, and the infield indeed does come in, trying to cut off that run at the plate. And that's going to allow J.J. Donahue to get a massive lead at second base. Ball hits the outside corner, it's a strike, and it's 2-1.
So Caden Boxer is looking for a pop-up, a strikeout, or a ground ball right to somebody.
Ball misses, and the count is 3-1. And Box needs to be careful here because he's approaching the power of the New Jersey lineup. And with runners on base and those guys coming up, it's a recipe for potential disaster. So he needs to bear down here, throw some strikes. There's a ground ball that's going to get through the hole on a drawn-in infield, and it's going to score 1 run. Connor Quinn comes in to score, and the East is now taking a 2-0 lead over the Southwest.
That ball was not hit hard, but hit right in the right spot, right between the third baseman and shortstop. I think even if the players were playing back, maybe the shortstop could have stopped that ball, but he would have had no play whatsoever. So a nice piece of hitting by Zach Gorman.
It's going to bring to the plate Patrick Burns.
The Southwest believes that Zach Gorman will be taking off for second base on this first-third situation, resulting in that throw over to first base.
Patrick Burns wants to wish his grandmother, Marie Caparasso, happy 95th birthday. Hope you're feeling better, Grandma. Love you. And Uncle Frank Caparasso. Hi, Uncle Frank. I hope you're feeling good. I love you. Family, friends back home, and Tyler. Hi, everyone. Thanks for all your support and all your help. You're the best. And finally, Chris and Maria Burns, Mom and Dad. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to get to the World Series in California. I love you. All from Patrick Burns. Looks like he was faking to bunt. And Gorman moves over to second base, so the East have runners at second and third, and there's 1 out.
When you're a pitcher in that situation, in the first and third, you want to throw a strike that first pitch. Now that the count is 1-0 rather than 0-1, a strike on that pitch is very important.
Infield is still in for Texas.
Because basically the offense is giving you an opportunity to throw a strike, and you know the batter's not going to swing with that runner going to second base. But he did come back and throw a nice strike right on the outside corner to make it a 1-1 count.
That ball's in the dirt. The count is 2-1.
Nice job by catcher Stryler Price to keep that ball in front of him. He didn't try to catch the ball. He used his chest protector to block the ball down and keep the ball in front of him, which meant the runners could not advance.
That ball misses outside, and the count is now 3-1. Caden Box is laboring a little bit here. Ed, he's up to 75 pitches?
75 pitches. That pitch looked quite good. It was a bit of a hanging curveball inside, but it could not catch the inside corner. And it looks like we may be going to either a chat on the mound or maybe a change of pitching right now. Again, it's 98 degrees out in the field, or here in the box, probably a little warmer down on the field. And he's probably feeling the heat. And he's given the coach the ball. We're going to get a new pitcher coming in.
So we'll check on that in a minute. We'll take a little break and be right back.
Now pitching for Texas, number 15, Caden Hameister. Now batting, number 13, Jace Shapiro.
So we're back with a pitching change for Texas. Caden Hameister's now come into the game to pitch.
Very difficult situation to be put in. Very close game. You're in the middle of the game, bases loaded. We have a 1 out. And Hameister's coming in to see if he can stop a rally, which is just about potential to explode with the East 3 best hitters coming to the plate.
Yeah, Jay Shapiro's up and hits one to the catcher. Shortstop, who throws home for the force out. So that's a good, fortunate play for Texas. They're able to retire one of the East best on a force out.
A nice play by
Jacob Charles.
Shortstop Jacob Charles. He took his time and made a good throw to the plate rather than hurrying and trying to get a double play and potentially making a bad throw. He made a good throw to the plate. Now we've got 2 outs. The infield can play back, and they can get it out at any base and get out of this inning without any runs being scored.
Just swing and a miss by Jonathan Olick.
He was fooled on that pitch. 58-mile-an-hour hook. That was a nice pitch, a nice first pitch.
Ball's smoked to third base. Ethan Green, just wonderful play.
Wow, nice play by Ethan Green. What a great job by Caden Hameister to get out of that inning. He's still got a good ball game going here, folks.
And after 4.5 innings, the East leads the Southwest 2-0. Back in a minute.
After 4.5 innings of play, the score is New Jersey 2, Texas 0.
defensive changes. Number 12 is back in for number 10. He's going to first base. The 18 is going to right field. 5 is already in left, right? Oh, and number 11 is still out of the catcher.
Leading off the line for Texas. Number 9, Ty Casey.
So we reached the bottom of the 5th inning here in Livermore. Texas is trailing the East 2-0. Leading off for Texas is number 9, Ty Casey.
And that was John Abrahamson's 46th pitch. He's averaging 11 pitches an inning, which is terrific. At this rate, he would be able to go all 7 innings, but we'll see what happens in the next couple innings.
Ball misses, and the count is 2-1. Casey singled in his only plate appearance in the 2nd inning. Ground ball up the middle. Gorman's got it. Ranges, flips over to first, and that's an out. Good play by Zach. There's 1 out in the bottom of the 5th inning for San Angelo. It's going to bring to the plate numero 8. What is it? Darren Llewellyn's going to get a plate appearance. Going to bat for Dominic Garcia. 8.
Batter, number 8, Aaron Llewellyn.
He hits the first pitch to the third baseman, who makes a long throw to first, and he made a good play there too. So defense is on display here in this game.
Nice backhand by third baseman Patrick Burns. And a nice, strong throw. Took his time. He knew he didn't have to hurry because the ball was on him so quickly. Made a nice, strong throw to the first baseman.
That's going to bring to the plate another pinch hitter, Jacob Saldivar. Jacob Saldivar's first plate appearance today. I want to make sure I say hello to all the folks out in San Angelo that are watching this game too. The reason that I'm making an effort to say hello to all the folks in New Jersey, I pass out some packets to all the teams prior to when they arrive on Friday, and ask them to fill out some of this information. And right now, the East team is the one that I'm focusing on. If I get the packet back for the Southwest, try to get some shout outs there as well. That's a ball that's hit, base hit up the middle by Saldivar. Nice, easy swing. Served it right out in center field. That's a great piece of hitting by the young man. And he's at first base for Texas with 2 outs, and they need to kind of get the offense rolling here. Going to have another pinch hitter. That's Robert Moreno, number 11. Robert Moreno had a couple of hits in the game the other night.
Yeah, and Rick, one of the toughest jobs in baseball, especially at the pro level, is being a pinch hitter. And to have Jacob Saldivar come off the bench and stroke a hit like that is a big lift for the Southwest.
There's another base hit up the middle, same spot, same result. So back-to-back hits for Texas.
Boy, very impressive. 2 hits right in a row with 2 of their reserve pinch hitters.
Moreno did that the other night too. Got a couple of hits in big spots in that game against Florida.
And it's a slow walk to the mound by the East coach.
East coach Gorman's going to come out and pay a visit to Abrahamson.
Probably just giving him a break. Give him a break. I don't think he's going to switch pitchers at this point. He's just talking to him, talking to the infield. Probably taking as much time as the ump will allow, but no, he's now coming off the mound. A lot of times you just want to, the coach just wants to go out, give him a little bit of a pep talk, but also give him a break. It's a hot day. We're approaching 100 degrees. He's thrown 56 pitches. That's a lot of energy that he's used. A couple of kids that got base hits off him, and he goes out to tell him, hey, you're just one pitch away, one ground ball on the infield. We can get out of this inning. So just do what you can do.
So that's going to bring to the plate Hemeister, who grounds to short. Throws to first. Got him. Comes, and that's the end of the inning.
My apologies on that, Rick. I thought there was one out. There were
I
two.
did too.
I think a couple other people thought there was one out also.
Right.
The players were a little bit undecided what to do.
So we played 5 complete innings here in California, and the East Regional champs are ahead 2-0.
New Jersey 2, Texas 0. Leading off the top of the 6th inning for New Jersey, number 16, John Abrahamson.
Back in California, Livermore, Max Baer Park, leading off for New Jersey in the top of the 6th inning is the pitcher, number 16, John Abrahamson.
Rick, this game's moving along at a quick clip. I believe we started maybe 15, 20 minutes late, and we've been playing only about an hour and 20 minutes, and we're in the 6th inning already. It just goes to show the pitchers are throwing strikes, the batters are hitting the ball. There have been very few walks, very few. No, I can't remember a pass ball or wild pitch in this game. A very well played baseball game so far.
Absolutely. And the 0-2 pitch is taken outside for a ball, and the count is 1-2. And up to this point, the Texas team has held John Abrahamson in check. He's walked, and he's flown out to the second baseman is all, and he grounds this one to the second baseman, who kicks it. Oh, it was a tough play. Bounced off the heel of his glove. It rolled down his leg and off his foot, and that's going to be a base hit for Abrahamson.
Yeah, that's Caden Box out there, the starting pitcher playing second base. Now, he ranged far to his left. It would have been a very nice play had he been able to get to it. It just clicked off his glove, and I think it hit his glove, and then maybe he kicked it, unfortunately. But a nice range by Caden Box on that play.
So Brad Salamoni is coming up to the plate.
And we have some more hellos from Brad to Uncle Donnie Marks. You're the best uncle in the world. Thank you for everything. I love you. When this is over, I will come back home and work for you! Exclamation point. And Mr. Danny Williams, best friend and his mentor. Thank you for teaching me everything you know. I love you and wouldn't be able to do it without you. Very nicely written, Brad.
So Brad lines the first pitch down the left field line for a foul ball. The count is now 0-1. Throw over to first, and he's safe. That's a ball, and the count is 1-1 now to Brad Salamoni.
The East team is trying to find a way to get that third run across to increase their lead just a bit to make it more difficult for the Southwest to catch up. And conversely, the Southwest is trying to shut them down. So we've got a great battle going on here. 2-0 game in the 6th inning. One of the best games, if not the best played game so far in this tournament.
Ball's lined foul down the right side, and the count goes to 2-2. Salamoni has an RBI sacrifice fly in the first inning, or excuse me, the second inning. So he's officially 0 for 1.
Abrahamson's getting a nice lead at first base.
Ball's lifted to the shortstop, who makes the play, and that is the first out of the inning, a pop-up to the shortstop. And that's going to bring to the plate Connor Morey.
Connor Morey, and Connor sent some hellos and how are yous to Honey, Pop, Grandma, and Peppa, grandparents. Thank you for all your love and support and for always being my #1 fans. To his aunts and uncles and cousins, thank you for all the love, support, and best wishes. To his dad, thank you for everything. These experiences would not be possible without you. I love you. And to all my friends, thank you for always coming to my games, supporting me, and cheering me on in Freehold.
It's wonderful how these kids have all taken the time to write some well wishes to everyone back home.
It's nice to see they know who the supporters are, the ones that have been there through thick and thin, because not every game's a win and not every at-bat's a base hit.
It's lined foul off to the right side. Abrahamson is still at first base.
He almost picked off our cameraman down there. We have a photographer taking pictures throughout this tournament, and he's on a pedestal down the right field line, and we almost had him picked off.
That wouldn't have been good.
Just as long as he doesn't break his camera.
So he's replaceable. The camera is not.
Absolutely. Those you have a lot of memories in that camera.
So now the count is 2-1. Connor Morey.
And Rick, this is the type of game where the defense, the umpires, everybody's in it. Everybody's up. Everybody's waiting for every pitch and on their toes, whereas sometimes you get a lot of walks and some sloppy play, and there's a walk on ball 4. You get a lot of walks and sloppy play that the infielders and outfielders tend to get back on their heels. The umpires get a little bit complacent sometimes, and the games can get out of hand. This game has been a very well played game, very crisp, very, very nice to watch, and I'm appreciating it very much.
All right. Number 5, J.J. Donahue.
A ball. Count 1-1. J.J. Donahue. Donahue reached on an error by the shortstop, his last at bat.
The Handmeister has to be careful here. Even though it's only 1-1, he's got a couple of runners on and only one out. And you don't want the East to be able to turn that order over again and get to their power hitters.
Swing and a miss.
And you can see how deliberate Handmeister is on every pitch. He understands Every single pitch that he throws now is very important. The Southwest first baseman is playing behind first base, as he should, with a runners on first and second. The infielders, second and short, are getting close to second base, trying to pull off a double play.
Ball's popped up and out of play.
Outfield straightaway, but fairly deep. Probably deeper than I would set them at this point of the game.
Another foul ball.
We got a good battle here between J.J. Donahue and Kaden Hemister. That's either pitch number 6 or 7 at this at bat.
And the count remains 2-2. Donahue. Wanted to go, checked, held his swing, so count is now 3-2.
It'll be interesting to see whether or not the East becomes very aggressive here, which they could, and send both runners on this 3-2 pitch with just one out.
Nope. That's ball 4, so the bases are now loaded. And that's consecutive walks for Hayden. And now we're going to have a trip to the mound by manager Cox. So Mario Rivera steps in. The base is loaded now for the East, and only one out, and an opportunity to break this game open.
Southwest is playing corners up and middle infield halfway, looking for the ground ball double play.
Big swing and a miss by Mario.
Again, that's what the kind of swing you want on a first strike. If you're a manager or coach, you want to see the ball player stay within his means, but give it a good shot. Swing with everything you have. You just might make contact and drive that ball to the gaps.
Ball's popped up. Caught by the catcher. What a huge out that was.
And you may have heard or seen the home plate umpire yell infield fly rule. What he yelled was infield fly rule if fair. If the ball is in foul territory, it is not an infield fly, only if it's in fair territory. So had the catcher dropped that ball, that pop-up, it would just have been a foul ball, a strike, not an out.
So Zach Gorman comes to the plate. A couple more hellos from Zach to Uncle Floyd and Tantagale. And Uncle, thank you for always supporting me at my baseball games. And Uncle Kenny, thanks for watching me play at the regional tournament. All from Zach Gorman.
Zach has an opportunity now to break this game open.
There's a ground ball to short. Jacob Charles throws on the run. Got him. Great play. Great play by Jacob Charles to end the inning.
Boy, Rick, I'm a firm believer when you got a big situation, and maybe take a look at a pitch. He swung at the first pitch, he hit a nice ground ball, but not a hard ground ball, and that was a heck of a play by the shortstop. Jacob Charles, and I just got him by about a half a step at first base.
So we're going into the bottom of the 6th inning with the East leading 2-0.
Leading off in the bottom of the 6th inning for Texas, number 6, Caden Box.
So we're back in California, and we got into the bottom of the 6th inning with the East leading the Southwest 2-0, and leading off for Texas is the top of the order, Caden Box. So here's the opportunity that Texas may be looking for, Ed, to kind of bounce back in this game. They're only down 2 runs. It seems like it's more, but they're only down by 2.
Yeah, Abrahamson, again, he's thrown 58 pitches through just a little more than 5 innings. That's 11 pitches an inning. That is terrific. This is the Southwest big opportunity. Top of the order, 6th inning. Need to get a couple base runners on with less than 2 outs and see what they can do.
Yeah, they need to put Abrahamson in a high stress situation is what they need to do, and see how he reacts to it, as well as the rest of the East team.
Yeah, I don't have the box score in front of me, but he's not pitched from the stretch all that much.
I think Texas only has 4 hits.
That was a nice save by Caden Box. He barely fouled that one off. He gets to see another pitch here.
Caden looks a little tentative at the plate today. Swing and a miss. And he's gone on strikes.
That was a great pitch by Abrahamson. It may not have been a strike, but it was close enough. If you teach your pitchers on when they're ahead in the count, you don't necessarily have to throw a strike, but don't miss by a lot. Miss by a little bit. Make it look like a strike. You might get a situation just like that where a batter swings at a pitch that was off the plate for strike 3.
And that's going to bring to the plate Ethan Green, the third baseman, who grounds one to third base. Long throw, got him.
Boy, Patrick burns his money over at third base.
He's playing a good game today.
He's playing a really nice game. Just doing the basics. A lot of times in baseball, if you just do the basics very well, you play well and you win a lot of ball games.
So Jacob Charles is coming up. He singled his first time and then grounded into a 6-3 double play. So Abrahamson, up to this point, has really shut down this potent San Angelo offense.
Yeah, San Angelo is looking for a spark. Anything they can do to try to get back in this game.
That was a pitch that Charles missed, and he knows it. He wants that one back. He was fouled off to the right side, but it was right in his wheelhouse, and he just missed it. He's just a little bit late.
That was belt high, screaming at him, hit me, hit me, hit me, and he just missed it.
He hits that one at Gorman, who scoops it up and throws from shortstop, and that's the end of that inning. And Texas goes quietly in the 6th inning. We've moved on to the 7th inning, and the East Regional champs are leading 2-0 still.
And after 6 full innings of play, the score remains New Jersey 2, Texas 0.
Wasn't the spring, and spring became summer. Who'd have believed you'd come along? And touching hands, reaching out, touching me, touching you.
Abrahamson at 65, solid, right?
Leading off the 7th inning for New Jersey, number 6,
Patrick Burns.
So we're back in Livermore, and leading off for New Jersey in the top of the 7th inning is Patrick Burns.
We'd just like to send out some more hellos from Anthony Sirico to his grandparents. Thanks always for supporting me. And to Anna Marie and Philomena, sister and his mother. Thanks for coming out for my first 2 games. I love you guys. And from Michael Mancusi, Mema and Pop-Up. Grandparents, love you, miss you, and wish you were here. My aunt and uncles and cousins, thank you for all of your love, good vibes, and best wishes. And GBG Socks, thanks for giving my mom the time off so she could be with me. And the Keegans, thanks for taking the trip to support our team. Connor Quinn, to Nanny, his grandmom, thanks for all your support. I love you. And the Vanderakers, cousins, aunt and uncle, thanks for all your support, for always cheering me on. I love you guys. And to Kenzie and Peyton's sisters, I believe, thanks for tolerating all of my baseball games. Love you guys. I know how it is when you're an older sister having to go to a younger brother's baseball game. So thank you guys.
Seriously, he's on a 12-foot ladder in the middle of the game.
Nothing, Dave. Right center.
And Jonathan Olick sends his best to Jill Scarpa, his aunt. Thank you for all your love and support. I love you. To Monica Olick, his aunt, thank you for always being there. I love you. And to Diane and Rob Espinoza, Joey Scarpa, aunt and uncle, and aunt and 2 uncles, thank you for supporting Big Cat.
Ball's hit well to right field. It looks like it's out of play. And one more for Anthony Sirico. To Mom and my sister, thanks for coming to my first 2 games. Love you.
Another foul ball off to the right-hand side. Count remains 2-2. Nice eye by Patrick Burns on that pitch, running the count full.
It's a ground ball to second base, scooped up by Caden Box and throws to first for the out. And that's going to bring to the plate number 13, Jace Shapiro.
Jace wants to send his greetings on to his Grandpa Ira and Grandma Karen. Thanks for all the phone calls and texts of support. I love you and wish you were here. Grandpa Bob and Grandma Sue, thank you guys for always coming and supporting the team. I love you. Wish you were here also.
Ground ball foul by Jace.
And to all of his good buddies back home, thanks for being so supportive of the team. To all of his aunts and uncles, thank you for staying up late and watching the live streams. And we're very grateful you did also. And to Sigma Corporation, his dad's workplace, thanks for all the support. Good job, Jace.
So that pitch evens the count at 1-1. I want to thank all the kids on the East today for providing all that information to say hello to everybody, all their loved ones and friends back home. We enjoy relaying those warm wishes.
And we wish you were all here too. It's not an easy thing to come that far, either the East Coast, Midwest, even sometimes the West Coast, to come to a tournament like this. It's potentially a financial challenge for some families, as it is for a lot of us. So we're glad for the parents and supporters who are here, and we're really glad for all those back home.
And we're happy to be able to bring these images and this commentary to you to try to make it feel like you're here while you're not. We get a big kick out of it. We're all just volunteers doing this. We don't do this for a living by any stretch. We're not professionals at it. We do make our mistakes. But for the most part, we're having a blast. We've got the best seat in the house. And we're getting to meet a bunch of great people that have come from all over the world to join us. So we all appreciate that. That's going to bring to the plate Jonathan Olick.
And Rick, that's one of the most fun things that I'm able to do here is talk to the coaches, talk to the parents, people from literally throughout the world, but different parts of this wonderful country of ours, to get their insight on what makes them tick.
Shapiro goes on the play, and he slides into second base, and he steals it.
I've met some incredibly nice and wonderful people just walking around saying hello, smiles on their faces. They're very appreciative of being here for this opportunity to watch their either children, grandchildren, or friends play in this wonderful tournament.
So the situation is we're in the 7th inning with the East leading 2-0. Ground ball hit hard to Caden Box at second, who throws to first. He's throwing back to third. Good play by Moreno at first base to try to backdoor the runner, Shapiro, and he almost picked him off. So Olick rounds out. Shapiro goes to third. There's now 2 outs, and that's going to bring to the plate John Abrahamson.
Number 16, John Abrahamson.
And Mr. Abrahamson is pitching one heck of a game. He's only thrown 67 pitches through 6 innings.
This is a big run, though, that the East would like to score from third base with 2 outs. And there's a slowly hit ground ball to Charles. He flips over to first base, and that's the inning. Nice defensive play by Jacob Charles. And we're going to go to the bottom of the 7th inning. This is the last chance for the Southwest Regional champs to get back in this game. They trail 2-0. Back in a minute.
And after 60 seconds, play the score remains New Jersey 2, Texas 0.
Look at
Leading off the bottom of the 7th inning for Texas, number 14, Skylar Price.
We're back in Livermore for the bottom of the 7th inning. We have a new pitcher for New Jersey, and it's Patrick Burns is going to take over for Abrahamson. Abrahamson pitched probably, in my opinion, perhaps the best game of the tournament to this point.
Rick, it's not very often that a pitcher will throw only 67 pitches in 6 innings at this level of baseball. This is a terrific performance by Abrahamson.
Skylar Price is going to come in and lead off for Texas, the catcher, and try to get on base and get the tying run to the plate for the rest of the Texas squad. They're only down by 2 runs.
So he swung at the first pitch. Old school teaching is to take a strike when you're down a couple runs in the last inning. He swung at a pitch that probably was not a strike, and now he's got called strike 2 on him. He's in an immediate hole. Now it's 1-2. He needs to get on base. His basically that first run that they score means nothing. He's got to get on base any way he can.
Swung on and missed. Strike 3. And that's going to bring to the plate the center fielder, number 9, Ty Casey. Casey is singled and grounded out to shortstop in this game. So he's 1 for 2. And the Southwest Regional champs from San Angelo, Texas are down to their final 2 outs. It's a ground ball to second base on the first pitch. Routine play. And that is out number 2.
Again, the Southwest being a little over-aggressive in my mind in the last inning here, swinging at the first pitch on by the first 2 batters. Now they're down to their last out. They need a base runner and a big fly, or 3 or 4 base runners to get right back in this game. It's going to be a heck of a challenge for them to do that.
That's going to bring to the plate number 7, Dominic Garcia. There's a ball. There's a strike, and the count is 1-1.
Nice off-speed pitch there by Patrick Burns. Just missed the inside corner.
Fly ball out of play to the right side. Well, it's been fun again, Ed, doing this with you. This has been, we were blessed with probably the best ball game of the tournament here.
Absolutely, and the previous one we did probably the most interesting game of the tournament.
Right, let's put it mildly. Swing and a miss, strike 3, that's it.
Boy, the East came through. What a pitching performance by John Abrahamson, and followed up as the closing role by Patrick Burns.
Yeah, they were able to shut down this potent, and I mean potent, Texas offense. And they advance to play the loser of tonight's final game, which will either be the host team or the West champions. Final score today is 2-0. Freehold Township. We hope everybody's enjoyed it and everybody had a good time today. Stick around for our next game, which is going to be a classic international matchup between Seoul, Korea, and Puerto Rico. And then we'll be back at 6 o'clock tonight as well to do the host versus Hawaii matchup. Have a great day, everybody, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.
New Jersey. Your next game will be Thursday, August the 3rd at 6 p.m. Your opponent will be the loser of the game between Hawaii and Danville, which follows tonight.